Welcome, ladies. In this lesson, we will cover Unit 3, Understanding How to Respond to Guest Complaints Effectively. We need to understand what can be the impact that for any guest complaints on the business or on the hotel. For any complaints happen by the customer, we might lose the customer, we might lose the opportunity to serve him, we might lose the good name for the organization. In this way, we're reflecting the bad name, the opposite thing. We can see one unhappy customer will stop at least his friends and family from going to the same hotel. Uh, we need to make sure that we deal with the complaints in the correct way. If we dealt with the complaints in the good way, we make sure that the guest is still happy with the provided services. In this case, he will return to our hotel next time. He will recommend our hotel to his friends and acquaintances. He will try to buy more products and services from us. He will appreciate his stay with us and appreciate the staffs helping him, and he will respect them. In this way, we are actually helping the business to grow and increasing the profit of the hotel. So, for any complaints, how the staff might dealt with. If you met a complaint customer, the first things you need to say is to acknowledge the complaint. So never try to say no, it is not happen. No, you are wrong. This is must be all avoided. You have to acknowledge the complaint by stating yes, it exists. You have to listen carefully to what the customer say, why he is complaining, what is his problem, why he is annoying. Try to find the reason. Try to ask questions when it's happened, how it's happened. Then don't make excuse. Don't say this is because we don't have electricity today. This is because the employee is absent. This is all excuse, not be useful if you have a complaint customer, as he is not responsible about the reason behind the mistakes or the bad service. Don't blame him. Then try to educate the customer. We have today a maintenance in the electricity. We will fix the problem as soon as we can. So emphasize your empathize with the customer. Feel sorry for the bad moment the customer has experienced. Deal with the problem as if it was your own problem. Try to solve the problem and treat the complaint as an opportunity to sell the customers and win the customer. Okay, so by the end, if you have unhappy customer, this will lead to losing the business. If you have a happy customer, this will lead to growth of the business. How confrontation with guests can be avoided. Confrontation means facing the customer in an aggressive way. Conflicts and arguments. A word from the staff, a word from the customers without a solution. This will lead to misunderstanding. And you, as an employee in the hotel, then you have to represent the business. You have to work a professional way. Conflicts and arguments regularly will happen in any businesses with customers, but it must be avoided in all time, whatever it was the cost. If you have an angry customer, then you have an emotional customer. Now he is thinking with his heart, with his emotions. In this case, your rule as an employee is to listen carefully to the problem, listen carefully to your customer, and don't interrupt him until he finish telling his story. After that, try to flip the pictures and make it a chance to win the customer by solving his problem. By the end, your customer must feel comfortable, assured that the problem will be solved. He must be happy at the end of the finishing the case. So you need to assure the customer that his problem will be solved within a short time. Remember that quickest way to lose your customer is by losing your temper, by losing your calm. Try to hold yourself back and always try not to be aggressive with the customers in any way by abusing him or raising your voice, for example. Okay. Be careful with your body language, which can impact and influence the environment with the conflict with the customer. So, how body language can impact on how guest perceives one intention. Make the guest feels that you are really interested about his problem. It's like if it's your own problem by expressing this with your body language. Your body language must be feeling emphasized with your face expressions. So if he telling you a problem, don't laugh. This is a simple things. Don't smile. Don't put your hand on your side. So it's important to note that the body language has different meaning in our culture from comparing with other cultures. And body language usually used to understand what people really mean. So if you don't like someone, for example, it's very easy to tell this by ignoring him or not looking to his eyes. As communication language divided to verbal and nonverbal, one of the nonverbal language of communication is the body language. This is the symbol body language that need to be followed during most of the times while dealing with the guest. For example, a simple action make a huge return. The impression you make in your sales call is enhanced by your body language. So whenever you have to deal with a guest, you must always having a smile in your face. You must to have an eye contact with him. Eye contact mean you have to look in his eyes. Your voice also should reflect the happiness. So try not to make your voice very high or very low. In most of the cultures, welcoming represented with body language by shaking hands for greeting. But we have to take care also about the current situation like we have now coronavirus, so it is not recommended to have handshaking. Also, you have to listen to the details. You have to listen carefully to the customer. To represent that you are listening, you can lean a little bit or nodding your head. And also, you have to take care about your appearance, how you look, your makeup, your hair, your full dress. So you have to take care also with your personal appearance, which will reflect the first impression. How to identify what guest wants to resolve, how to identify the real issue with the guest complaint. We have a process of dealing with any complaint. First, you have to name the issue, put it on a table. So you have to know what is the exact problem, what the problem with the guest. Then you have to identify possible drivers of the conflict. What was the cause of the conflict? Then identify common interest and goals. Identify how you can resolve the issue, how you can solve the problem. Then try to brainstorm the solution, found the solution to reach the goals that the guest wants to be in. Then make sure the solution address each party is interested. Then you have to make all parties happy in your suggested solutions, both the customers and the business. Then you get the agreement for the solution and take it to the action. So for any conflict resolution, you have to first identify the problem, then identify the feelings, the objectives, then identify the impacts of the problem. If it doesn't solve, what can be the issue? Decide whether to resolve conflict or not, work for resolution of conflict, then you will have the conflict resolved. Um, how we can understand what really the guest need from complaining. So he complaining about, for example, the food. How we identify what he want the food to be look like. We could communicate with him, listening to him without interruption. So we listened to him. He said, the food is very cold. You bring me a dish and it was very cold. Then we identify the problem. The food is cold. We can warm it to him if he accepts this. Show understanding of the problem. Present your point of view. Explain how you feel. Or you must feel sorry about the food is cold and the customer is hungry. He was waiting for the order, but it doesn't made him satisfied. Then negotiate with the customer to gain his satisfaction. So, can I warm it to you again? Can I bring you another coffee? So, you have to try to make the customer happy by the end of the negotiation. Accept need for compromise. For example, he said, no, I don't want you to warm it to me. So, you can offer him, for example, alternative plate and have this one for free. Choose first solution and implement your plan. Evaluate your plan and communicate your feelings. So by the end, your guest supposed to be happy with the suggested solution. While you are providing solution, try to know your limits of suggesting the solutions. Some cases you have limited in the authorities, so you have to know your scope of authority whilst resolving the conflicts. For most staff in hotels, they will given a guideline as what and to what action they can take in workplace in response to different complaints without having to get special permission from management. So they will know the scope or the area where they have to fix any complaint. This is called the scope of authority. So the authority is given to receptionist person. It's different from the authority given to the executive of guest relation managers. You have to know that your authority is the ability to act on behalf of the business. So it's like a right given to you by the business to solve an issue, like giving discount, like offering something free. So it is like a permission given to you by the authority. Their authorities to act in given situation, such as when there is a complaint, as well as in emergencies, accepting booking, making a special deal. This is type of authorities. In relation to resolving customer complaints, organization may give a staff standard scope of authority to act or respond in one or more standard ways. For example, he might be given authorities to offer a free coffee. He might be given an authority to offer a discount on the service, like a cleaning a dress for free if one of the dresses was, for example, damaged or soiled by spillage. Offering a set percentage discount, can be a type of authorities given to an employee in a reception, for example. Referring a complaint, when you have to know that this problem is out of your scope as a receptionist and you have to raise the complaint to your managers. Um, you have to raise the complaint to your managers whenever the complaint person asks to see the manager. When when the complaint can be defined as escalated complaint. Escalated complaints mean you couldn't resolve the issue with the customer. He's still not happy. When you feel it's escalated complaint, when you feel it's beyond your expertise to remedy the situation, so you feel you don't have the enough experience to deal with this case, so raise the situation to your manager. Or if you feel it's outside of the scope of your authority, so you don't have permission to do this. Okay, so in this case, you have to raise the problem and complain to your managers. Who should the complaints be referred to? To the appropriate person, in most of the cases, to another co-workers, your colleagues, or more experienced than you, or it could be your supervisor or managers or businesses owners. So this is the type of people that you can transfer the complaint to. In other cases, it might be appropriate to notify security. For example, you already noticed people with gun or with weapon in the hotel, then you have to notify the security of the hotel. When it's inside the policies and the procedure, indicate who should be involved. So usually you will find to whom you have escalated your issue inside the organization policies and procedures. So they will inform you exactly what you have to do if in case you have an unhappy customer and the stated issue was out of your scope. This can be also defined as referring complaint. Referring means transferring or moving the complaint out of your hands to another person. Referring complaint is not necessarily an admission of failure, so it doesn't mean that you fail to resolve the issue. It might be possible that you transfer it to the correct person in a given situation, or you might be not able to to solve the issue, or you don't have the authority whenever it's required from you to resolve an issue. Okay. So what is an escalated complaint? We can define it as a complaint that cannot be resolved by a simple person or a receptionist. Like, for example, the organization policies specifically call for the complaint to be handled by management or some other nominated person. Like, for example, if it is a missing a product or a missing object in the room of the guest, so it's out of the authority of the reception. The management need to be involved in this complaint as it's rise another problem, the security, the name of the hotel. So the managers need to be involved in this case. Every genuine effort on your part to resolve the issue has been unsuccessful. In this case, also you have to escalate the issue. Or, for example, the customer itself start to be aggressive and behaving badly with the customer. So it's need a manager to stop him from doing this. The customer is alleging inappropriately, dishonestly. This means if the customer also lie, then you have to raise the issue to the managers. After reporting to the managers, resolving the issue, we need also to keep a record about the incident. So we need to keep a record with what complaints we already have in the hotels, if it's regard the food, if it's regard the clean of the room, or if it's regard the missing objects in our room. Uh, we need to record the different complaints, and also the issue has been raised with relevant authorities, so we know exactly who solved the issue. All points of view have been aired, so all the customers and the business already clarified the situation. Um, you must establish the detail of the customer complaints through questioning him, listening to him, summarize the problem, clarifying the issue. This is how you could clarify that you know exactly what is the problem. Then you have to record details of the complaints either on paper or with a recorded audio or video. You have also to discuss with customer the process of resolution, giving them options and letting them know how the complaints will be resolved. So after suggesting the solution, you should explain to the guest what will happen. It's important to take notice with whatever complaints happen in the hotel so that you don't repeat the same mistake again. You learn from your mistake. Also, you can, in this way, monitor the quality of the provided service and the products. It will help you to assess the quality of your services. It will help you to stop making the same mistake again. This means you will have a trusted relation with your current customers and in future customers. How we can use complaint to improve the business. Um, we can found here customer complaints are important for a business to improve their services and the products. There is no better way to collect direct feedback from customers and improve your product or service. So it's important to know how your guest feels regard the service or a product by collecting their feedbacks. The way you handle a complaint is different between keeping a customer or losing one, and we try always to have a returning customer. So next time when you receive a customer complaint, you have to listen to him, apologize, find a solution, and make sure he is leaving happy. Um, this is an example of a business. Why a customer leave a business or leave a company? Like, for example, why you choose to go with one of the telecommunication company and go to its competitors. Most of people will leave a business if they believe the competitors already take care about them more or care about them more, or if they are dissatisfied with the service, if they are not happy with the provided service. or if they just go want to try competitors, or they already have a friend who provide them with the service, or the customers move away or just die. Um, why we could have a complaint by customer? This might be for many reasons, but most common one is that they are dissatisfied with one of the products or services. So this will be the common reason why we have a complaining customer. It is good to have a complaint by customer because it's like highlighting where you have to improve yourself. They help you to recognize your mistake and pay attention to the details and issues that it might be hidden from your eyes. Okay, so in here, how guest complaint information can be used by the business to improve services. If you always try to make your guest happy by solving their complaints, this means you build customer loyalty. Customer loyalty mean your customer will be always there with you whenever the competitors rise another products or services because they know you always there to help them. Handling customer complaints effectively is important because it's often the make or break point when it comes to ensure loyalty to your brand. Increase of mouth. The more satisfied customers are with your service, most likely they will speak about your service to their friends and families. Always try to communicate with customers, communication effectively with customers, and consider this as a big point of the successful of the business. Okay, so this is the knowledge of how to deal with a complaint, and let us see here dealing with complaints. Okay, so let us see here. Uh, I think this is all about complaints. I want to show you uh, regards some of the tasks we already discussed. Regard the form, which is task 2, booking and template example. So if you can see here, regard creating the check-in form or the reservation form. I said before you can create it using Word, and also if you want, it's fine if you want to create it using Excel sheet. Are you good in Excel sheet, ladies? So do you think you need to learn more about Excel? Okay. So regard the form, I already give you the permission to create it as Word, but if you feel it will become easier for you to create it in Excel, it's fine for me. Both will be accepted. This is the appendixes for the project, and it has the same information as we already explained. So you have to include here the room type, the name of the guest and nationality and email, and also the check-in date, the number of nights, the checkout, and extra bit. What could be an advantage if you created the Excel sheet for making reservation? It will become easier for you to calculate the total payments by the guest, and also the total the duration of the days, as it's requested from there also from you. So you can put the same information here and the special request, unavailable service. So this is what it was required from us in task 2. The date of arrival, this is guest account pro forma, which state here the name of the guest, when he will arrive, and he will be located in which room, which type, what is the rate of the room, and date of departure. It's like the billing information to be completed on departure. So on the time of checkout by the guest, the employee need to fill in a form like this: guest account pro forma, stating when he has arrived, how much he needs to pay, and also it can calculate it directly the fine, or I forget the names, the tax, yes. Okay, so this is called a report. This is the report or the bill of the customer. So it helps you to calculate the bill of the customers for a room. Usually in history industry, hotels use properties management system or hotel management system, which is a software stating the whole rooms in the hotel, and the type of the room and the price based on the date. And all what the employee needs to do is just to fill in the information of the reserved room by which guest. Then if the guest want to check out, he just need to create the bill from the system, and all this information will be displayed automatically. But in our case, currently we don't have properties management system that we are using. So if we are requested to create a bill for the customer, then we have to create it using Excel the best way. Okay. Um, Let me check the time to see if we have enough time. We have around 10 minutes. In this 10 minutes, I will explain to you task 3, okay? Because it's related to the complaint of the customer. So you already know what you have to do in task 3. And task 3, yes. As we have 10 minutes now, so I will explain it to you, but the due date will be next week. Okay, so I will explain it now, but the due date is the next week, inshallah. So don't worry, you have to do task 1.2 and task 2 for today. Okay, then task 3 will be, inshallah, for the next week, and also we will try to cover task 4. But I will explain it now because we just finished the class. So you can link the information from the slide with what you have to prepare yourself for task 3 for next week. Get the point? Okay. So for task 3, you receive an angry call from the guest saying that the television is not working. So someone calling you from his room, you are the receptionist, and he was angry because the TV is not working. What will you do based on what you have learned and the knowledge? You have to be calm, you have to not give excuse, so you have to find the solution, or you have to raise the problem to the authority, you have to write a report about the complaint. So what you have to do, make a reference to the company's policies and procedure on faulty equipment. So in case of any equipment who has a fault, you have to report the issue. You need to calm the customer. So this is what you have to answer in your scenario. How you will calm the customer, what you will say to him, how will you get the television to work? This is also another question you have to answer. Provide evidence that you have followed the company's policies and procedures by telling the guest, for example, you will report the damaged videos to the managers by filling a form, and later you will price it, but now as a quick solution, you will replace the TV. Yes. Um, can you repeat, please? Yes, yes, I will repeat it now. I will just finish the explanation and I will explain it again, okay? So, provide evidence that you have followed the company's policies and procedures. Like if you have a fault TV or a damaged TV in one of the room, what you have to do. So you have to submit two things for this task: the scenario between you, the receptionist, and the person who calling you on the phone regard the TV, and also you need to record yourself by voice as evidence. Okay, so I will repeat the task. In this task, you will write a scenario between you, the receptionist, and a guest in his room. The guest is calling you by phone, complaining regard the TV, which is not working. Your rule as a receptionist to solve the complaints need to follow the knowledge already covered in the delivered lesson 2, dealing with complaint. How you would calm the customer? You need to say sentences and phrases to calm the customers, like I'm sorry to hear this. Then also you need to get the TV to work again. So you need to find the solution. What will be your solution to make the TV working back? Also, you need to provide evidence that you report the damaged TV. So what will be the procedures that you report to the damaged TV? You have to submit two files, a Word file containing the scenario and a role play audio file recording yourself. This could be, yes, voice. Okay, audio mean voice. If you want to make it video, it's fine for me also. So this is an example for a scenario between two people, but this is for reservation, to make a reservation. You can say something, good morning, welcome to the Grand Hotel. Hi, good morning. I'd like to make a reservation for September. Do you have any vacancies? This is for making reservations, so it is related more to task 2, not task 3. We need a scenario here that reflects a complaint, so I will look for a one and try to share it with you. But do you understand what you have to do in this task 3? Yes, yes, yes. It's fine. If you want to have someone to help you in the recording, it's fine. If you want to do it by yourself, all the conversation, it's fine. But you have to change the tone of your voice, like reflecting another person. Yeah, something like this. Like this, for example. Good morning. Welcome to Grand Hotel. This is the receptionist. The client doesn't need to be enthusiasm like the receptionist, so he could be saying, "Hi, good morning. I'd like to make a reservation for September. Do you have any vacancies?" Yes, sir. We have several rooms available, so you have to change the tone. Get the point? So you can represent two people with your voice. That's fine. If you want to have another one to help you also, that's okay. Okay, ladies, any more question? Okay. So thank you for attending today's sessions and try to finish the task and study for all the materials we already covered in Unit 2 and Unit 3. I know there are a lot of long sentences and maybe repeated information, but try only to focus on the main points. Okay? Focus on the main points and get the meanings out of them. Okay, ladies? Thank you all and have a nice weekend. You too. Thank you all.